So welcome to this video, which is called Do You Want to Wake Up? Now, the first thing to be aware of is any preconceived ideas about what it means to wake up. Because usually if we approach any subject with preconceived ideas, then we cannot be open to new pathways. We cannot be open to the things that don't fit with our preconceived ideas. So we have to first start with a clean slate, a clear mind, which is free of preconceived ideas and beliefs about what it's supposed to be and how things are. So that's how we start. We start with an open mind. An open mind is more able to perceive things as they truly are, free of beliefs and ideas, free of concepts that may have been picked up over the years from other teachings, other books. And when the mind is clear, when the mind is open and clear, then we are able to perceive things in this moment as they truly are, unfiltered by thoughts, untainted by thoughts and beliefs. And this is the first step to waking up, is to let go of all thoughts, all beliefs, all ideas about how things are and what's supposed to happen or what direction things should go in. So straight away we are in this receptive space where there is no preconceived ideas. And to be receptive means that we are receptive to what is. We are receptive to truth. Because it's truth that wants to communicate with you. It's truth that wants to come into your mind and into your heart. Truth wants to be embodied within you because this is your purpose. Your purpose is to embody truth. And of course, truth is just a word. And of course, every word is connected to ideas and understandings. But you could call it light, you could call it love, you could call it consciousness. But it's a higher form of intelligence than we normally operate from, a higher form of conscious intelligence, which is imbued with a very benevolent and loving quality. And it's this that we become open to, that we become receptive to, as we let go of our ideas, preconceived thoughts, expectations. It's very important to let go of expectations. And it's this which we become receptive to. And it's very important to become aware of our body, to allow your body to relax if there's tension. Because wherever there is tension, essentially there is disharmony. And so, to release the tension, to allow our body to relax, means that we are allowing harmony to be restored in our body. We are allowing the feeling of harmony to come back to our body, which is how our body is meant to feel. We are meant to exist in harmony, in a state of well-being, in ease. And we don't have to wait for the future. We don't have to make ourselves perfect, make ourselves super healthy or change our life to experience this. We have to bring in that feeling of well-being, that feeling of ease and relaxation into this moment. Okay, because it's all about this moment. Waking up is about this moment and accessing the dimension of this moment which is free of suffering, free of stress. And not only those things, but it's also free of ideas. It's also free of the thoughts which limit reality, the preconceived ideas, the beliefs, the expectations, which literally place a limiting framework on the whole of the universe. Any idea you have about the world, any idea you have about what's going to happen, it places limitation. It creates this limiting framework, and we can't experience anything outside of that, because we've created a reality for ourselves, and we think we know, we expect, and so the unknown cannot approach us. And often we do this because we're afraid of the unknown. Often we are afraid of what will happen if we stop thinking. What will happen if we empty our mind and be complete in this present moment? What will happen if we let go of our fears? What will happen if we totally relax and we continue to relax until the relaxation goes so deep that we enter a very still and quiet place, where we get in touch with something so deep and beyond words. Now this is quite challenging for the mind, because it wants to understand everything. It wants to know what is that space beyond thought. It wants to know what lies in that deep space within you. It wants to understand it so that it can decide whether it wants to go there or not. But it's the mind, the thinking mind, which stops you going there. The thinking mind keeps you locked in this space of supposed security where you know what's going to happen. You've got a grip on everything. You know what to expect. You know the outcome, you know the results. But it's this knowing, this mental knowing, that keeps you trapped in this limited space, this limited consciousness, where we cannot perceive the truth. We cannot perceive the beautiful consciousness that exists outside of this mental space, the space of knowledge, of knowing. It's limited. And what we need to experience, it's like living in a pool of water. It's like a sea creature existing in a little pool of water when it should be existing in the ocean, when it belongs in the ocean. And it's just like us existing in a realm of knowledge which we feel safe in, where everything is understood and everything is known, when we belong in the ocean. We belong in the ocean of consciousness, where all we know is what we feel. All we know is that we feel alive. We feel we belong here. We feel this is our destiny to be here in this space, this vast space. And there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear in this vast space, because we belong here. And our mind is connected to everything in this vast space, and we are totally safe. We only ever create our own suffering. We only ever create the threats which we perceive through our fear. They are all created by our fearful thoughts. And so as we get used to being present in that space where we are not thinking, where we are aware of any thoughts, we are aware of any anxious thoughts, and as soon as we become aware of them, we come back to our body, back to a space of relaxation, because this is the best way to come out of anxious and fearful thoughts, is to come back to the body, to relax the body and become aware of our body, to ground ourselves. Because fear is in the mind, and we have to come out of the mind and come back into our body to experience the reality free of fear. We cannot stay in our mind and be free of fear. If we wish to be free of fear and everything it creates in our life, we have to dwell in our body. And we have to come back to our heart and open our heart. Allow our body, allow our heart to open up, so that we can experience and feel what we are destined and designed to experience and feel. It's very simple. Now the mind makes everything very complicated, but dwelling within the heart, within the space that exists there, the inner space, free of any limitation created by thought, because that inner space is infinite. That inner space of the heart is infinite. It's only the mind which creates any restriction, any limitation in our consciousness. It's our heart which connects us to infinity, to endless space, to eternity, all of which are deeply imbued with love, all of which are deeply imbued with light. There is no threat, there is no danger, there is nothing to be afraid of in the space, in that infinite space, because it is all divine. It is all divine. It is only our mind which imagines the shadows, which creates the shadows. It is only our anxious mind which creates the demons and the darkness and all the things that we are worried about are created by our mind. And they simply do not exist when we are in the space of our heart. They simply do not exist. Therefore there is no threat, no danger, and nothing to be afraid of. So essentially what we're doing is waking up from the realm of the mind, the realm of thought, the realm of negativity and darkness, and waking up to the reality of the heart, to its space, to its total security, to its light, to its beauty, to its freedom. And it's the simplest thing in the world. It's what we are destined to do. It's effortless. It is so simple. All we have to do is let go of all the complicated thoughts, all the ideas, all the beliefs, all the expectations. We simply let them go and open up to experience reality as it is through our heart.